Hello, everybody, including you, Eamon, Corona and light drinking person. This is the TNA NXT Aftershow, also known as
The Thursday Night War.
It's probably going to be the most excited we're going to be during this Aftershow. But we'll explain later. That voice you heard was the one Mad Mike.
How you doing, Internet? It's me. It's Thursday. It's something. It's totally something.
It's wrestling. And also joining us finally, after a long hiatus, is one Bo F. Diggity.
I can't
Woo,
even
sir.
woo. I can't even woo.
Woo!
Hurt me so bad. I can't even woo.
This is the first time we don't have to talk about Legends House, so let's jump right into it.
So let's talk about Total Divas Season 1, Episode 1. Alright, guys, what do you think of JoJo?
She's gonna go places.
He's going to be a big star in this industry.
Hall of Famer. But NXT happened.
Yes, it did.
That was my one word.
Okay. My one word for NXT is jigs.
Oh.
My one word for NXT is commentary.
It's a good word.
Oh, Renee Young. Yeah, it kind of just happened.
Yeah, it was.
Like the Vaudevillains started off the show, which, again,
With the vaudevillain started with great aplomb.
Yeah.
If I can use fancy language.
Again, they had a bully time doing so. We had a bully time watching it.
And I'm pretty sure we recognized one of their opponents.
Yeah, they kind of looked familiar.
Shiloh!
Yeah.
Although I don't remember his NXT name or his new NXT.
His NXT name wasn't the name they used, which is kind of weird.
Right.
Because his NXT name is Samson.
Want to talk to Samson?
Yeah.
I'm dancing.
I was just about to say that.
So that match happened.
Yep.
Vaudevillains won, of course.
And after the Vaudevillains won, they cut back into black and white.
NWO style, but only better.
And if you want to see Renee Young dance in black and white to an old-timey tune, you should watch NXT.
Can I just say Renee Young needs to do a lot more things?
Yes.
On WWE Network and on like the main show.
Well, Josh Matthews is fired
now.
Yeah. Because she is just she's adorable.
She's making things happen for us.
In up here and down there.
I think no. You know where she makes it happen? Right here. Right here.
Right in the heart.
Here?
Right in the heart.
And down there.
Coming from the heart.
Okay,
Speaking
so that
from
match,
the heart. Some macho man talking to you right now. Let's rock. Dig it.
I don't know what's going on. So, what was next?
I can do that whole song.
The Samson...
Bull Dempsey.
Bull, I almost call him Bull Samson. Bull Dempsey match happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Sorg was trying to impress me with Bull, but I don't know. It's his first match, but I don't know yet.
He came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, he's bringing in new. If he's gonna start a new stable of guys he thinks are good wrestlers. This is where Kevin Steen comes in. This is where he would be okay at.
I really think that this Bull Dempsey gimmick would have been Kevin Steen if he signed 6 months ago.
Yeah, because
I truly, honestly think that.
Because what they're doing right now is just doing a whole disgruntled indie worker type gimmick with Bull, and I'm still not sold on him yet. I don't know if anybody else got that or not, or anybody else
I missed that one too. I forgot to turn on TNA.
NXT.
NXT, yeah, I turned on TNA. Forgot to turn on NXT. There are letters; they go together. The only difference is the A and the X in the order. So, yeah, they. I came in with the big cast match.
The big cast. Was that before or after the Divas match?
I believe
it was after.
After
that was after the Divas. Okay, well, let's talk about that then. So Big Cass comes in, kills one guy. The French guys come out, and
I'm calling them Mare Resistance from now on.
Yeah, and then Enzo Amore is back. Everybody.
Holy shit! All right, now AJ and I had not been introduced to Enzo Amore before this. We knew he was a thing, but I personally never seen him. AJ, I believe I've never seen him either.
I hadn't seen him before, and in the span of 2 minutes, my heart opened, created a new container of deep love, and Enzo Amore was placed inside. He was fantastic. He cut like a quick promo on the French dudes who were wearing the tight shirts.
Very tight.
And very tight shirts. And it was just amazing because it was just, boom, here it is. Just out of the gate. I'm going to come out, cut this promo. The crowd is into this promo. Everybody's going to love my catchphrases again. And they did.
How you doing?
And it was amazing.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Enzo Amore is every guy at my local bar that uses the word fugazi personified into a wrestling gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
But
and
this
I'm
one's on TV.
Yes.
I would like to point out that how you doing is something that my wife and I text each other on a fairly frequent basis. Just how you doing? Just out of the cold blue yonder. So Enzo Amore is my spirit animal.
He's everybody's spirit animal. Did you see that guy just jump around like on crack?
You know what? He's Mojo Rawley without the butt-based offense.
No.
Don't you dare!
No. I'm going to say
dare
this.
Soil this name of
Enzo
Amore.
He is Rocco from the Boondock Saints movies. I know neither of you guys have seen them, but that was the first thing I thought of. He is Rocco from the Boondock Saints movies. All you need to do is, if you haven't seen the movie, just Google Rocco Boondock, and then watch Enzo Amore's promo, and you'll get exactly what I mean.
Okay. And but right before the main event, we had the pretty decent debut of, I almost called her Claire. What was her first name?
Becky?
Becky Lynch.
Yes, Becky Lynch.
Not bad.
She's female dancing Sheamus, but that's okay.
Like, I can see her...
What?
She's female dancing Sheamus.
Is she... What? I don't get the dancing Sheamus bit.
She's a Scottish dancer. She's a jig dancer person.
No, she's Irish.
Irish.
They announced her
Scottish.
from Dublin.
Irish.
Yep.
Same. I can't remember those guys. but I can see her doing something. Like she seems really good in the ring.
And
Mm,
if pictures from Matt Carlins and Jen Carlins are any indication, we're going to be seeing more of her with other people that we like.
Bailey. Um,
Maybe Bailey.
so that match was good. Any other thoughts about that match at all, or?
It was fine. Summer Rae lost, and they're still teasing the BFF split, which is fun. That
Mhm.
they're doing a slow burn on it. It's very nice.
It's not like the Shield breaking up, where it's just one side happens and then the other two are just left with nothing. It's that trickle effect that makes this good, and
Yes.
it works even better because they're all heels
The breakup of the BFFs is what the Shield breakup should have been. And
to a certain extent. Yes.
no, I'm dead serious about that. Like, Summer Rae is the Roman Reigns of the Shield because Roman Reigns is like the big popular guy in the Shield, so he should have been like, "Hey, man, come on, I'm fucking cool. We're the Shield. It's great." And the other two should have been jealous.
When did Roman Reigns gain a New York accent?
Fuck you.
Just now. Just now.
Just now.
So now last week, when this match was announced, there's a groan that was heard from myself and Mad Mike.
Yes.
And I think Matt Carlins was on here too.
Yes.
The RVD Adrian Neville match looked horrible on paper. Did it not?
RVD in a match looks terrible on paper. We don't
Yeah.
need to go into opponents or potential matches. It's just versus RVD. Cautiously.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
The match was
honestly,
actually pretty okay.
it was a pretty decent match between the
I
two.
mean, no one's going to call this thing 5 stars. I don't even think people would call this a 4-star match. But it was better than expected. Like, I hear R versus RVD, and I immediately go, somebody's going to have to wrestle their ass off in order to make up for RVD flopping around like a fish.
And this
Now-
time it was RVD. I
Now,
do give him
full-
credit for that.
Full
Yeah.
disclosure, I did not watch much of this match because TNA was keeping my interest.
Mhm.
Full disclosure, I was watching TNA. TNA had my interest for
Was
for
this,
the
was, this,
duration.
was this during the X Division match? Yeah, this was
Yes,
during the
it
X
was.
Division.
Yes,
All
it was.
We'll get into that in a bit. So, yeah, this match was actually pretty good. It featured some things that I hadn't seen Rob Van Dam do in a while, which is good. A nice show of sportsmanship before and at the end. But the best part of this match was Renee Young and Tyler Breeze on commentary.
Mm.
Tyler Breeze sat there with his phone on the entire time.
The entire time.
And
Yep.
Renee Young made a "I'm just trying to do my job" hat tip to Josh Matthews.
Hold on. I'm going to do my
Before
Tyler
Josh.
Breeze. I'm going to do my Tyler Breeze impression during commentary.
All right.
I'm the number one contender. I'm the number one contender, Renee.
But Renee was.
I'm not a future teller.
The best part was Renee wasn't backing down at all.
No, Renee was like, "What about this? What about when are you going to challenge for the NXT title? When are you going to challenge for? When are you going to have this match? You know what do you think about this?" And he was just like, "Don't care." Oh man, it was amazing. And then it's not Byron Saxton. Who's the other Byron Saxton?
The guy in the middle. I don't know what his name is.
It's not
Other
Byron.
Byron Saxton.
Who's the other Byron?
Listen, we made fun of. So Eamon is right in that Byron Saxton and other Byron Saxton, whose name is slipping my mind right now, are the two best announcers in the WWE. He's not wrong. They are announcers. They announce the match. They don't get in the way. They tell you what's going on. They tell you why it's important, and they're good there. The problem is that I can't tell their voices apart terribly well.
Yep. I
Um,
have that problem too, and it
so
is Tom Phillips.
Tom Phillips. So Tom Phillips would be a perfectly lovely commentator if his voice wasn't like. If there was a creative voice in WWE 2014, this is the voice you would get every time
Actually,
on the default.
there was a creative voice in WWE video games. Do you know whose voice that was, ironically?
Michael Cole?
Austin Aries.
Oh no.
Yeah, there was one of the WWE video games where your creative wrestler had a storyline and he spoke, and one of those creative wrestler voices was Austin Aries. That's a real thing.
Oh, wow.
Good for him
So-
for getting a paycheck from
Well,
WWE.
I think it was when he was still in Ring of Honor, so that's probably why.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I mean, I can't tell their voices apart, and so they're perfectly great commentators. I just can't tell them apart when they're both there talking.
Yeah.
Now, if they separated them and Byron Saxton were on one show, Tom Phillips were on the other, and you put some color commentators around them, it would
Like
be
what they
fun.
did with this. Like they just had that one guy who's not, Byron Saxton, in between both Renee Young, who's not that guy,
Tom
and
Phillips.
yeah, Tom Phillips, and also Tyler Breeze, who is not Tom Phillips.
Right.
You get magic.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. The commentary was funny. Aaron Neville wins, shakes hands with RVD. Tyler Breeze stands on the table. Show's over. We go into total nonstop action, which has been nonstop actioning that entire show. There was so much nonstop action that I couldn't help.
There was-
the
So
nonstop action
here's the question, AJ. What is your one word for TNA?
Poor finish. I know that's two words, but
You know what? We'll
poor
hyphen
finish.
that just for you.
Yes, we'll hype
Just
it.
for you, we're hyphing it for you. So it's one word. Mr. Mike of Madness.
My one word is NPH.
Oh yeah. Damn it.
Oh, why?
Riz, we got- Why? Okay.
Why?
Okay.
So let's do this here. Let's go. No. We changed it up a little bit before you, since the last time you were here.
Yes, that's true.
We actually went back to something you were trying to do before. We got one good thing about TNA.
Oh, good.
We go around. So if you want, you can go first.
I will take Mad Mike's already and go with Rockstar Spud's suit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's not mine. Wow. Someone actually didn't steal my answer for once.
Mad Mike, go.
This is a red letter day. My one thing that was amazing about TNA is Willow and Abyss's promo.
Oh, that was pretty good too.
It lasted all of about 45 seconds, maybe not even that long, but my God, was it fucking fantastic.
They got it all in. They really did.
They got everything. Like, if there was a class on how to cut a less than a minute promo to plug a main event, just watch that promo. It's the best thing. It's the best thing in the world.
Riz, what do you got?
Oh, you know what? I want to say the Monsters Ball match was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
It wasn't, it wasn't Monster Ball-ish, but you did get that hardcore sense of it.
Oh yeah, it was good enough.
Yeah, it was good enough.
For a free TV match, it was very good.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about before the four-way X Division match was
Yes.
almost was just a nice little match as well. And this was more of the main event type match that you'd see on, you know, Raw or SmackDown, which the main event wasn't really the actual main event, and the segment was the main event.
Hmm.
And it kind of,
The promo to set up the X Division match was also very good.
hmm
Yeah, I mean the X Division match felt really, really, really scripted. It
hmm
really did. There were a lot of waiting to hit spots. It didn't feel fluid. It felt really jerky.
But
Um,
see, this is what happens when you try to do an old TNA style X Division match, and these guys don't work together every week.
yeah.
right.
They don't get used to each other. Like Crazy Steve has been there maybe a month. He's already gotten 2 X Division title shots. Like,
Because who else do they have?
well, I mean, but
Because the X,
even though they have a limited X Division roster, they don't work together that much. Like they
yeah,
just don't.
because
Zema Ion and Crazy Steve are stuck in the tag team stuff with the Bromans and the Menagerie. You have Sonata who pops up from time to time, and Manic, put your fucking mask on. For fuck's sake.
either
Wrestle
keep
without
it
the
on
goddamn
as
mask.
T.J.
Put the
Perkins
shit on.
or leave the mask on.
PJ Turkins.
Perkins. That was Shulo's name.
No,
Perkins.
I said PJ Turkins.
No, I mean the Shulo's name in NXT was Perkins. Just going back to NXT, that
Anyways,
reminded me of that one.
so
But
it
back to
was, I mean, it felt really scripted, but it was still pretty fun. There were still some nice spots in there. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like this was the best match ever. I was like, oh, that was pleasant. I like that. That was a nice thing to have.
pleasantly pleasant.
Yes.
Um,
Okay,
yeah,
so now one bad thing about TNA.
So you know what, Mad Mike, you go first.
Okay, my one bad thing is James Storm making Japanese people nervous.
that was pretty
Oh,
rough.
that was pretty rough.
Like
Um,
I don't. James Storm had a match with Anderson and he won. Um,
Like quickly too.
yeah,
Like it wasn't even like this is like
seemingly
a
out of
10-minute
nowhere.
match. It was like a 3-minute match. Come out, intros, go in the ring, fiddle fuck around for a couple minutes, super kick done.
And then after the match, he starts chin wagging to Sonata about, "Hey, what's up, bro? You got a challenge for the world title? Muda would be proud of you if you did. But what if you choke?" Like I don't get why any of that is happening. James Storm is not an X Division guy. He can't go for the X Division title. I don't want to see Sonata versus Lashley. Like, on any conceivable level, I don't want to see that.
okay. Before we go on, uh, we have a question from our Q&A section. Mr. Aaron West, aka Hot Wheels,
I hear he's leading the way.
he's leading the way with this question.
Okay.
Is Mad Mike a rosebud?
Oh, am I a rosebud? Well, I'm sure as heck not a lemon, baby!
There's your answer. So, now that we got that out of the way, AJ, what is your one bad?
I hope I answered that sufficiently enough for Hot Wheels.
You probably did.
My bad thing about TNA is Eric Young coming out with a sling, and both times he came out, and took it off and fought someone.
Yes.
If your thing's fucked up enough that you need to have your arm in a sling, it should stay in a goddamn sling. It's not like, oh, you know what? I feel pretty great right now. We're fighting. Like, fuck you, Eric Young. Fuck you sideways. Ugh.
I think I speak for everybody when I say Kurt Angle, go away.
Yeah, I was gonna leave that one out for a little bit, but yeah, Kurt Angle, go the
Kurt,
fuck away.
Kurt Angle, go
Well,
away.
all right. See, the thing is about Kurt Angle, I understand why they're doing it.
It's
No.
I
But
get why they're doing
they're
this, but
paying him a lot of money. They're
yeah,
paying
and
him
they
a
need to
lot
have
of
him on
fucking
TV.
money. They need to use him somehow. I get it. WWE's done this before with guys that they pay a lot of money to. Like
Kurt Angle.
I get it, but
Like, why do they need to have a director of wrestling operations in TNA? It's just making matches.
It's because the Attitude Era happened. That's
Yep.
why. Actually, even before that, because Jack Tunney. Blame Jack Tunney.
I will not blame President Tunney. But still,
Here's why. Because you need to have some sort of authority figure. Making Dixie Carter an authority figure doesn't allow for the physicality of people assaulting their bosses. Because, for God's sakes, Vince Russo, leave it alone. We get it. You hate your boss. Stop.
now here's where I think. When is Kurt Angle turning heel?
I assume he already has at the New York City tapings.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
not.
I honestly, authority figures work better when they're heels. It just does.
Unless they're chaotic neutral like Foley.
Or
And
Teddy
they
Long.
just want to make. Yeah, Teddy Long was a face. Occasionally, okay, I was going to say occasionally. Every single week, he would come out and make a tag team match player. Basically for some heels. They're
With
not on
Christian.
face shit. And it was always with Christian. Maybe sometimes it was with the Great White North.
Or
The Undertaker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or if a tag team match was not available at the time, people would go 1-on-1 with the Undertaker, player. Yeah,
That was a horrible Teddy Long impression.
Yeah,
I know. I'm.
So before we go on a tangent of Teddy Long impressions, what is one thing that you would change about TNA this week?
Kurt Angle wouldn't be the goddamn director of wrestling operations.
But who would be like that? That you have to change it to someone.
Yeah, you have to change it.
Yeah.
I would put it back on Dixie Carter.
Okay.
If only because her whole I'm TNA president role doesn't make sense when her director of operations keeps constantly overruling her.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. That's not how fucking hierarchy works.
Yes.
If she's
the board of directors not making her the director of wrestling operations makes sense because the board of directors can overrule a president.
Correct.
That was the plot of the first fucking Spider-Man movie. That can happen.
Right.
Are we having this discussion now?
Boards of directors are above presidents.
Yes.
But everybody else is under the president, and thus the president can make those decisions.
Yes.
Dixie Carter could have easily said, no, MVP, you're fired.
Yes. At any point.
The board of directors could overrule her, but she could just say, MVP, you're fired, fine.
Yes.
Instead of just going, I'm going to get that MVP back. It's like, no, fire him. You have the presidential powers to do that. Go do that. I hate when they drag out storylines that don't make sense when there's a clear, easy close on it. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially things like hierarchy of shit, because there's always a person at the very top, and the only person above them is the board of directors. Like, the Authority, I think they've done really, really well in the WWE.
It's the best time WWE has actually followed a power structure consistent with their actual company.
Right. They're like, these are the two people in charge. The only people above them are the board of directors. Anything else under them is anything else under them goes.
Yes.
I'm still kind of mad they didn't strip Bryan of the title basically immediately. I get that they wanted to like play it out and see if he was going to be able to compete, but
Mm-hmm.
it just seemed silly to me.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing that I like when I see shows and they have authority figures and the authority figures are constantly overruling one another. It tells me that the writing of the show is such that they're like, well, shit, we need to figure out how to close this loophole. I know, we'll have this director of operations dude handle it. But the director of operations is under the president. Why isn't the president just doing something about it?
Yeah.
Well, and
You
then,
know what? You know what would be an interesting to go off of making Dixie? Have it be Rockstar Spud.
oh my god, Rockstar Spud as director of wrestling operations would be amazing because wrestlers would get mad and put him in trash cans and shit.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like one of those guys that he would make heel decisions because he's a heel. But if you bully him enough, and ironically they do have someone named Bully, you, you could get him to do what you want. He'd be like a better British Brad Maddox.
Right. So
By the way, I
I
hope
would like,
Max gets out of that cave so early.
yeah,
Sorry.
I would. Rockstar Spud would be my choice. All right, so
Yeah.
let's change this. Like, what would you
Mad
change?
Mike.
Who would you make the director? Mad Mike.
I actually wouldn't change that. I wouldn't
So,
change
what-
that.
What is your one thing you'd change about TNA this week?
I would change the X Division champion.
Sonata, really?
I don't want because the past two times they've done this Destination X where the X Division champion challenges the world champion. We're coming up on that now. They filmed it tonight. I'm not going to look at spoilers to see if Sonata challenges for a title, if he's even champion, what the
Mhm.
fuck's going on with that. I need it to be someone believable. If you have Eric Young as your world champion, Sonata is absolutely believable. If you have Bobby Lashley as your world champion, ain't no way in fuck Sonata is beating Bobby Lashley. The only reason Chris Sabin was able to do it is because there was tons of interference from everyone and everywhere. And it was horrible. And it only lasted 3 weeks. I enjoy the cashing in the X Division title thing for the World Championship. In fact, I'd almost rather have them not do it this year. Have Sonata just decide not to do it.
Yeah. Because he has the choice. He can defend it or he can't.
Yeah, and plus, I'm sorry, the shit they did with Manic, where someone else was wearing the Manic mask, that was baller as shit. You can do that again. There's nothing. You've done your own gimmicks before, TNA. Have Manic be a champion. Have someone attack Manic, or have even Eric Young go up to Manic and say, "Hey, listen, I want a fair shake at Bobby Lashley. Can I wear your outfit? When I beat him, and I will give you the first shot at the title." You can do intricate, interesting storylines like that, and they just choose not to do it sometimes.
No, because they need the swerve. He needs swerves everywhere because Vince Russo can suck a dick.
What's the one thing you would change, Riz?
I had oh.
Is it that mentally unstable person is coming back to the Impact Zone? And I mean Kurt Angle. I don't mean Sam Shaw.
I actually why are they doing the Sam Shaw Gunner gimmick to begin with? I would change everything about this. If you're trying to make Gunner look like the war hero, superhero, like Captain America, You do not make him talk with the psycho supervillain that is Sam Shaw. And if you're Sam Shaw, you're gonna stab somebody.
Dude, if I'm Christy Hemme right now, I'm freaking the fuck out.
Yes,
But she
I'm
doesn't watch the
for a
show,
huge
so she has
dog.
no idea this is coming.
No, we have proof Christy Hemme watches the show because of the feud with Sam Shaw.
Oh, that's right.
We know she watches.
The Sam I'm gonna say right now the Sam Shaw gimmick is done. It's done.
Like, unless Sam Shaw comes back with Gunner as his handler, and then he eventually turns Gunner insane, or he just leaves Gunner in a bloody pile on the floor and goes to rape Christy Hemme again, I don't know what we're doing with this.
Like I don't get it. Am I know I'm not alone because we just talked about it, but I feel like I'm missing something, and they're not explaining it to me.
No,
The drawings from like a month ago, that doesn't explain shit.
by the way, they posted Sam Shaw's drawings on ImpactWrestling.com. So yeah,
Did he do them in this bathtub?
I don't know.
Drawings.
But see, here's the thing about the Sam Shaw Gunner thing that bothers me, just at its core. Gunner believes that every mental disorder is exactly the same. Gunner thinks that Sam Shaw is like his buddy, his war buddy who had post-traumatic stress syndrome, and he doesn't. Sam Shaw's just kind of a loop.
Sam Shaw's just a crazy person.
Yeah, like, whatever happened to crazy? You can't be crazy no more. Like,
That was nope.
yeah,
That was even a worse impression than your take-on impression.
fuck you. That wasn't.
So if I do have to change something about this one, it would have to be maybe get somebody new in there, because Gunner wouldn't do it, or hire Stevie Richards back.
I was gonna say you hired Dr. Stevie or Dr. Shelby,
Or you hire
Daphne
Blackman as a bounty hunter to come change the game.
You mean Steve Blackman?
Yes. If you don't know what we're talking about, when the WWE Network was trying to come together and they were trying to put something together as part of the network, and it was going to be a Steve Blackman Dog the Bounty Hunter show. I'm not making this up. I'm not drunk, even though I had a good bit of alcohol to drink tonight. And it was literally, it was called Blackman's Bounties. And it was going to be on the WWE Network, and it's not because somebody at the WWE
that would be cops.
punched in the face. But it was just amazing. We watched the trailer, and I've never seen anything like it. It was everything I wanted it to be and more. And yeah, hire Steve Blackman. I would believe Steve Blackman is director of operations.
So before we go, we have a few quick questions from the Q&A section. Hot Wheels again. This one's directed towards, I believe, Mad Mike.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much asking, do all black people sound alike?
No, that's not true.
No.
Have you ever listened to Bobby Lashley?
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, you're right.
This is also true.
Not.
So we answered that one. And also, Mr. Sorg.
Oh.
Our fearless leader.
Yes, our leader, and hopefully he doesn't fire us.
Our commandant.
mentioned that X-Pac and Mark Madden, two guys that probably shouldn't be together, were talking about TNA. And they made the comparison that it had the feel of pre-NWO WCW. Great talent that could kill given the chance, but horrid direction from the top. I guess he wants
Oh,
us to discuss that.
I'm not on board with that.
neither am I. No.
No, it's to me it's like more post NWO.
If this was TNA like 6 years ago, yes, I'd agree with that. But they've been around over 10 years now. Like we said, Slammiversary 12 for fuck's sake. Yeah.
Like this is the Jeff Jarrett era of the NWO,
Yep.
where everybody joins the NWO,
Yep.
and then and then the people who don't join the NWO are down and out. You don't hear from them. You don't know what they're doing. It's just that bad. And honestly, this week I can't even give a winner out because it was that boring for
No,
both
no.
companies.
I'm going to give the winner to Impact for Enzo. Not Impact. NXT for Enzo Amore.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Enzo Amore wins.
And you know what? NXT for me showed people that RVD can probably still have good matches.
And we should give RVD credit. He put Neville over.
Yeah,
You
He
did?
did.
he did. AJ, before we leave.
I'm gonna give the win to TNA.
Okay.
Okay.
Enzo Amore was good. Neville RVD match was okay. TNA had a decent X Division match. The Monsters Ball match was pretty good. The segments that they had were good. Rockstar Spud's suit. Tommy Dreamer drank garbage water.
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer showed up again for no reason.
None.
No, there was a reason for Tommy Dreamer to be there.
It was to keep calm and be
Did you
hardcore.
Did you notice what he had on his back
No, I'm aware of that, but
and his shirt?
It feels like that should have happened last week
Yeah.
because last week was the story of Dixie nailing Tommy Dreamer in the balls. This week the in-ring story was Dixie almost getting powerbombed by Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer not showing up at all. It feels like they filmed them all on the same day, but swapped around when they were supposed to air. I felt like a lot of that was with TNA because I wanna believe that the one segment where Eric ripped off his cast, his sling, was for the first show, and the second time he did should have been for the second show. I don't know. It seemed there was like a weird juxtaposition, like it was filmed out of order and they put it back in order the wrong way. You know, like when you're doing a puzzle with your 3-year-old sister or daughter or niece or whatever, and they just try to hammer the fucking pieces in. That's kind of what Impact felt like to me.
I think what they were trying to do with that whole taking off the sling thing, and they kind of just didn't do it right, was the reveal that he's not really injured. And they had to do it twice, it feels like. And they just used both of them and just ruined it. That's just me. I don't know. Do you guys know? I don't know. It's late. We've done this twice in a row. If you guys want to join us or talk about wrestling with us, leave it in the comments down below. We do reply to you We aren't like these other guys who just, talk and then, just go out everywhere and don't care what you think. We answered your questions. We're going to answer some more. We're probably going to, get some negative feedback. You know what? We'll handle that when it comes. But if you want, subscribe to us as well, the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Follow us on Twitter, Mayhem Show. Like us on Facebook. Join the Facebook group. A lot of fun stuff on there. Um, buy the T-shirts. Support the show by Patreon. Get the Mayhem Show Gold Mayhem Show Gold from the Patreon. Talk about wrestling. Talk about video games with me, Boss Battle. Talk about movies with Mike. Talk about all sorts of different other things. And if Eamon gets his drunk ass out of the bar, he may talk about, indie wrestling that he remembers.
But he won't, because he's drunk and he's in a bar for the first time.
By the way,
I'm pretty sure he's on number 3 Corona Light.
Yeah, all of our
Corona Lights?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All of our Eamon is young jokes will now be replaced by Eamon is a horrible, vicious, violent, drunk jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, mothers, lock up your daughters. Seriously, lock them up. He drinks now.
Yes. And with that, this has been the TNA NXT After Show. Thank you guys for so much for joining. Thank you, AJ, for joining us. Bo F. Diggity. You know what? Before we go, what does the F stand for today?
The F. Oh, the F is for freaky.
Freaky.
The F is for freaky because I don't like seeing tacks in someone's back. That shit is disgusting, Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't need to put that right in front of my television.
And also thanks to the always here Mad Mike.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you guys for joining us. And we'll see you next week. Mayhem out.